Hello everyone, this is Satyaprakash. Welcome to my channel. This is the part 27 of my Git and GitHub tutorial. So in this part 27 we'll learn how to create and configure teams in GitHub. So I will suggest you, before going through this part 27, please visit my part 26 of my Git and GitHub tutorial, that is create project and project board in GitHub. So you can get this 26 of GitHub tutorial in the playlist, that is Git and GitHub tutorial of my channel. So let's begin to my flip to my presentation here. So what we learned in this part 27 is know about teams in GitHub and steps to create teams in GitHub and group organization members into teams with permissions and mentions, create independent or nested teams to manage repository permissions and mentions. So know about teams in GitHub. So we need to provide access to developers and other team members on projects and repositories to complete our work. So we can provide access to each and every user, or we can control the access by grouping users in a team. So in case you are managing a large enterprise environment, then it is the best approach to create teams and provide them access to users. So let's how the steps to create a team in GitHub. So before that, I log into the two accounts. One is the GitHub owner, that is Mohan CS GitHub, and another new member is Satya CS GitHub. Alright, so in my earlier videos I usually used these two members for creating organizations and repositories. So this member is the new member and this is the GitHub owner. So this member Satya CS GitHub has been added to our organizations earlier, so please visit my previous videos in my playlist. So let's to create the teams in GitHub. For that, what I'll do, I'll go to the Mohan CS GitHub login account, and here I click the your organizations. Alright, so I just click here, that is Mohan org global, and you can see that there is a overview, repository, package, people, teams, projects and settings there. So I click on teams. Otherwise you can get here like if you click here healthcare project. Alright, so earlier healthcare is a project I have added earlier, right? So I just reverse back to my global, that is the organization name, and I click here the project. Alright, so here the project is created, right? Healthcare project. So this project helps client to arrange the health related records. Alright, so for my requirements, what I'll do, I'll just click here teams. Alright, so what I'll do now, then I'll click the new team here. So in the new team, what I'll put some inputs here. So I'll put some few details about the team. So the name of the team, I want that health portal API team. You can give your own name, that is, there is no restrictions at all. So API and team, this is the team name, and the description part I want to mention here as this team is responsible to manage web API work in application. This team is responsible to manage web API work in application. Alright, so you can give your own descriptions. And the parent team, there is no teams that can be selected, and the team visibility, it is showing two options, one is visible, one is secret. So visible team can be seen as if you and @ by every member. So if you put some @ and after then type your member, then that member will be access to that teams and it will be visible to that member. So secret is the secret team can only be seen by its members and may not be nested. So for my requirement I will be select as visible, it is a recommended one. So I click here create team. Alright, so after creation of team the interface will be shown like this, and you can see here it is the organization name and the team name is health portal API team. Alright, so what I'll do, let's add the members and here the team name is showing, that is health portal API team, and the organization name and slash, and this is the team name, and the description part is this team is responsible to manage web API application framework. So if you want to edit, you can edit there if you want to edit or modify any text or options. So what I'll do here, let's add the members by click on members option in this teams called health portal API team, right? So as of now there is only one member of this team is owner of the project or team called Mohan CS GitHub. So here click on add member. So I click here the add member here. So I have created another account on GitHub, right? So I already have told you that Satya CS GitHub, right? So in our production environment I have created this one. So here the owner of this team will be send an invitation to another GitHub member, that is Satya CS GitHub. So here I recommend mentioning the username of this GitHub member to invite. So this member should be part of GitHub organization. So I already have added this member to our GitHub organization as described in my previous videos. Please go through that, and if not, then the pop-up with the blue screen as per the I'll show you here, that is I'll type here Satya CS GitHub, right? So this member is the part of this GitHub organization. I already have added this member to my GitHub organization earlier. So if not, then the pop-up with the blue screen as per the below image will show that it is not a member of this GitHub organization, but it is a part of the organization, so it is not showing. If not, then the pop-up will be showing shown that this is the not member of the GitHub organizations, right? So earlier I added this member to the GitHub organization and sent a notification. So this user accept the invitation through mail and join the GitHub organization created by the Mohan CS GitHub owner. So here no need to send another invitation to this user again. So if not, then after invite this user, we can see one option like one pending member is there, but as of now there is no such pending will be there. So I just select here and invite. Alright, so this is not a pending member because it is already been a part of organizations. If not, then we can see one option like that is the one pending member is there, but as of now there is no pending as shown here. So now the new member is added to the team successfully. So before only one member is there, Mohan CS GitHub, it is nothing but the owner of the organization. So after adding this member Satya CS GitHub, now there is two members of this team, that is the health portal API team under Mohan ORG global organizations. Alright, so let's next is how to assign project permission to the team. So before for that, what I'll do, I just click here the projects. This is the organization name, right? Mohan ORG global. So I select here projects. So after then, next click on the project name, that is the healthcare project. So what I'll do here, I'll next click on menu and then the setting. So for setting, I just click here 3 dot mark and settings, right? So here you can see another interface, that is the healthcare project collaboration settings. There is many options, teams, collaborators, linked repositories. So for my requirements, I'll click on teams. Alright, so next select the team name. I'll show here, that is the options. You can see that there is no teams have been given access to this project yet. So there is one drop down, you can see add a team, select a team. So you can see that when you click on the drop down, it is showing that choose a team. So as of now there is one team I have been created. If there is multiple teams, then all the teams will be shown here. Alright, so I just select the team created earlier. Alright, so next under the permissions label, I have given the right permission. So as of now you can see that the team is showing health portal API team, and this team is responsible to manage the web API work, and there is two members, right? The description and the two members, that is Satya CS GitHub and Mohan CS GitHub. And team members can have permissions for multiple resources if the organization member permission is set to a higher level of access, or if a team member has been added to this project as a collaborator with a higher level of access, then their permission level cannot be lowered by lowering the team's permissions as shown here. Alright, so under the permission level I have given access to write, and so that the user can see and able to make changes to this project. So I'll select here as write permissions, and you can see that one right tick mark is showing here in a green. So that means the permission label has been updated from read to write. So after successfully added, we can see the team name with member and given permissions label here. This is the team name, description, members, and with the permission label that is right. Alright, so here what I'll do, here we need to verify the organization labels permission override the team label permissions. Alright, so what I'll do now, I will the permission level should be both be same. So this is the team level permissions, so I'll go to the organization level permissions. Alright, so here what I'll do, I'll go to settings, or I'll go to the back to my this team, and this is the right one. This team is the options. Alright, we can see here organization level permissions, right? So here we need to verify the organization level permission override the team level permissions. So the permission level for both should be same. So for this, go to options and check the permissions as shown here, right? So you can see that in the teams permission, teams level permission, I have given access to write, and for organization level permissions which is available under the options section, so you can see that it is also right permission has been given. So organization member have permission from multiple sources if a member belong to a team that has a higher level access or has been added as a collaborator with a high level of access. Their permission level cannot be lowered by lowering the organization member permissions as shown here. So this two permission level for both, that is team level and organization level, should be same. Alright, so what I'll do, so verify the permission label in new member account, right? So new member, nothing but the Satya CS GitHub I have already opened in another browser. So for that, what I'll do, I'll overview options there. Alright, so this will be, I click here, So I just log into the another new member, that is Satya CS GitHub, and we'll see all these things. So go to repositories. Alright, this is the organization name, and this is the two organization name. This member is part of two organizations, that's why it's showing two organizations here, right? So what I'll do to check that this member is a part of this team or not, so I'll click here and go to profile. Then joined as a organization here, see more activities, and I'll click here, go to organizations. So Mohan CS, Mohan ORG Global, and teams. So now we can see that this member, this member is part of this team which has been added by the Mohan ORG Global owner, that is Mohan says GitHub. So after adding this member to the team, Health Portal API team, this member, another Satya CS GitHub, has been added successfully. So with login to the Satya CS GitHub member account, you can see that this member can see that which team he belongs, that is the Health Portal API team, right? So this team has two members and 0 teams as nested here. So one is Satya CS GitHub, another is the owner of this team, right? So what I'll do next is after click on this teams link, there is a on the part of login of the Satya CS GitHub, right? So I click on this teams link, so you can see that this team's name and the description part is showing, and the Mohan ORG Global organization name and / the Health API Portal API team, and the member is Mohan Satya CS GitHub, and here is two members, that is showing two members here and one project, right? So after click on this teams link, I'll click on the projects options. So I click on projects. So after click on this projects options, here we can see that the permissions has given to this new member by the owner as shown here, that is the write permission, right? So earlier we have given access to write on the team level permissions and organization level permissions. So that's why this member with login with its account, he or she can see that this project has been given access permission to write. So that is the write access permission, so you can see that, right? Alright, he or she cannot modify this one. If you click on this, is the disabled mode. Only the owner has the permission, he can modify the access permission, that is the read or write. Alright, so but the Satya CS GitHub is the part of this member, so he cannot modify, only he can see that what permission the owner has given to this project, to this particular member. Alright, so now we modify the project board under this new user account. So what I'll do, I just click here, healthcare project. Alright, so this new member need to modify a project board under this in this in progress logs section. So here what I'll do, there's edit note, and the new member can modify, right? I want to modify, so new member can modify. So save notes. So I successfully edited the notes by the member. If I'll just refresh, so you can see that whatever modification has been done by this new member is successfully added. New member can modify here, right? So I just click here one space. Alright, so then update the node content as shown here. So now the new member can access write permission and modify the nodes as shown here. alright, that the new member can modify. So the next one is, as per the member has been given to the right access permission, so the new member can modify the nodes as shown here. So the next one is assign the GitHub repository to this team by owner. So let's go to my owner login account. So what I'll do now, I'll go to teams, organizations, and I will click on teams. Alright, so here we need to add a GitHub repository. So as of now there is no repository there. So how to assign the GitHub repo to this team by owner? So we need to add a GitHub repository to this team under the owner of the GitHub organization. So click on add repository here. So then type the repo name as I created earlier. So the repo name is healthcare, only health. You can type only health. So you can see that Mohan was global slash healthcare hyphen project. This is the healthcare project around the world. This repo has been created earlier, so I want to add this repo to the team. So after then I click on add repository to the team. So after successfully added the repo to this team, the interface will be shown like this. So here I update the permission label from reading to write, right? So after the healthcare project repository was added to this team, so I want to give permission from read to write. So my permission label has been updated successfully from read to write here. So here I update the permission label from reading to write. Alright, so let's add files to this repo under the new user account. So for new user account, what I'll do, I'll go to the Satya CS GitHub. So I'll go to repositories. So so after adding the repository by the owner, the new member, that is Satya CS GitHub, can see that repository, that healthcare hyphen project, right? So what he will do, he needs to add some files to this repo. So what I'll do here, so I'll click here healthcare project, and I click here readme.md file. Alright, so here we need to modify the readme.md file and check the right permission was given earlier by the owner or not. We'll see that what permission is given by the owner, that is the right permission, so that this new member can modify any changes to this file under this repository, that is healthcare hyphen project. So what I'll do, I just edit this file, that's the readme.md file. So before it was the by default has healthcare hyphen project. This is a healthcare project around the world. So this new member needs to add one new line, that is, this is a new member called Satya CS GitHub. This is new member, that is the Satya CS GitHub. So this new member can able to modify this readme.md file, because this is the right permission has given by the owner to this member of this repository, that is the healthcare project. Alright, so that new member can be eligible to modify the readme.md file to check the right permissions as given earlier. Now the readme.md file is updated, so I just click here commit changes, or so you can see that the readme.md file is updated with new content added by the new user, that is Satya's GitHub. That means write permission works for new users, right? Before that it was only this is the healthcare project around the world. So this line, this is the new member Satya's GitHub has been added by the new user member, that is the Satya's GitHub. Alright, that means the write permissions works for the new user given earlier by the owner of this project or the repository, that is the Mohan's GitHub. Alright, so if the read permission has given to this repo, then this new user cannot modify the content of the readme.md file. So by using the above steps and process, we can create multiple teams and we can assign the required permission level, that is a read or write on the project as well as a repository on GitHub, right? So I'll check here, I'll go to the owner of login account of GitHub. So I just click here, repository, and I can see that the readme.md file is updated by the owner, by the member, that is the Satya CS GitHub. So that owner can see that content change, that is this is new member Satya CS GitHub has been added to the readme.md file, because this write permission has given by the owner of this repository and project to this member, so that the member can be eligible to modify the content of the readme.md file. Alright, so this is the process and steps to create multiple teams and the given permissions level to that particular repository, and team level permissions, organization level permissions on the project to the particular member or all the members on that particular teams, and given the required permissions level, that is the read or write permission on the project as well as the repository on GitHub. So let's flip to my presentations here. So know about teams in GitHub. So teams are groups of organization members that reflect your company or group's structure with cascading access, permissions and mentions. So organization owners and team maintainers can give teams admin, read or write access to organization repositories. Organization members can send a notification to an entire team by mentioning the team's name. Organization team members can also send a notification to an entire team by requesting a review from their team, and organization members can request reviews from specific teams with read access to the repository where the pull request or PR is opened. So teams can be designated as a owner, alright, of certain types of or areas of code in a code owners file. This is my YouTube channel. Subscribe it, share it, like it to get the up-to-date knowledge on .NET, .NET Core, Angular, C#, SQL Server, DevOps and Azure. So what we have learned today in this video, that is know about teams in GitHub, steps to create teams in GitHub, group organization member into teams with permissions and mentions, create independent or nested teams to manage repository permissions and mentions. So that's it for today guys. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.